Yo, what is going on, guys? TymeStopper here, coming back at you another Raid Shadow Legends video. And guys, we are back on the free-to-play account. As you can see, we've made it to level 52, and today is the big day. We are going to get our 5th level 60 champion. Well, I mean 6-star champion. She won't be level 60 right away. Oh, I gave it away. Shh, you didn't hear that. Let's jump into the video. Okay, guys, so as I mentioned in the previous video, we were trying to figure out who we were going to 6-star next. Obviously, we've got a lot of champions. We've already got the Jureg, the Deacon, we've got Kale, we've got Frozen Mage, and we have a lot of other options. But if you missed my shard pool video, you will not have noticed that I pulled a bunch of good champions. We got ourselves a Reliquary Tender in that video. We got ourselves, let me see, who was in the vault? We got a Renegade. We got a Fellhound in that video. So we got a couple options, but I think it's come down to we've got to do Demytha. She just brings so much for so many areas of the game that I mean, listen, we know that she can be in an unkillable clan boss comp. But I don't have the gear for that. Not yet, at least, right? So I'm not going to worry about that. However, looking at her skill set, I just think that she does more for all of my teams than Steel Skull does. Because I've already got so many poisons. I've already got increased defense from Jureg. I mean, the only thing Steel Skull's really bringing me is a cleanse and some heals. But if we look at her kit, she's got this shield on the A1, right? We've got the increased duration of all buffs and decreased debuffs. We've got a big old heal. We know she can bring some heals on this A2. And on the A3, we've got the continuous heal and the block damage. And, you know, that block damage could come in huge, like really big. You know what I mean? In some areas, depending on, you know, how we use it and stuff like that, if we're not on auto or whatever. So I think it's got to be her as the next one. I did throw some gear real quick on a Reliquary Tender. You can see I put her at 50 as well. That way she'll make my Nether Spider runs a little bit easier and probably get some other stuff. But I'm excited to get Demytha up there, you know, as quickly as possible and then get some masteries on her. Obviously, we didn't put any gear on her or anything like that yet because it's quicker to run her through campaign if she has no gear, basically. So, you know, on the free-to-play, we don't just start, you know, slinging gems and all kinds of stuff. Speaking of slinging gems, we're still kind of low on gems, if you know what I mean. Back here, we got 279 gems left. We did move into our new digs today. Some of the folks are still lagging behind, but we are in the new Fearless Horde clan where we're almost level 13. You can see we just need a little bit there, just a little bit, just 2,000 points to go. And that means that we'll be able to unlock this Void Shard slot the next time. So that's pretty good. As for where we're at on the everything else, you know, in the tournament, you guys know we were working on the training tournament. We were going back and forth with someone, and it looks like we brought a third contender into the mix. That's right. I am still on top, but not by much. Before it was me and this Primo Wrath going head to head. This Kasai guy, he came out of nowhere. Dude, I need you to stop right now, okay? This is my book. This is my gear. I'll trade you the champion. I don't even care about him at this point, to be quite honest with you. I just want the gear in the book. So, yeah, we're struggling there because, you know, energy is tight. You know, it's a free-to-play. We can't just go whale out and buy a bunch of energy and start training. So, I've been dumping all my energy into training these champs up and whatnot. We did get a little bit of a boost yesterday. We got 500 energy on the daily login. And then on the challenges, we made some pretty good progress over the past day or so. We actually finished the dungeon challenges, so we were able to pick up an extra sacred shard here. We finally did, what were we waiting on? We were waiting on, stage 13 of the Fire Knight Castle. I went and did that. And then as for the artifact challenges, we did stage 9. We came up to stage 10, and there's a bunch of energy in here. A bunch of these just auto-completed for me because I'd already done them, and it was like chunks of 75, 350 energy. Now, these last couple, they're probably going to hang around because I mean, I could get this done if I wanted to swap a bunch of gear around, probably. And I could probably get this one done here if I swap some gear around because I did some Fire Knight. But this one, bro, really? I am not farming Ice Golem to get that. I mean, granted, I would love these two epic books, and I might change my tune as I get these other ones done, but there's some energy in here too. 75 energy there, 75 there, and 75 there. So if we get any of those done, we would get some energy, but silver's so short. I don't know that I want to move gear around just to complete a quest and then move it back. It's going to cost me a ton of silver just to do that. It doesn't make sense to do right now. So Dungeon 1's done. Artifact 1 almost done. Champion 1, we also managed to complete keep a champion for every faction in your collection because we did pick up one of the rares from Sylvan from this fusion going on. So now all we have here is upgrade a Force Champion to rank 6. Obviously, that's going to wait. We were thinking about doing Arrow, but Demitha is clearly the answer here. She will fit in all my teams, and she's going to help me progress in Clan Boss. So my goal over the next couple days is really to progress Clan Boss as far as I can. And once I can get in a good rhythm on Clan Boss, then we're going to go back and we're going to start working on dungeons. Because right now what's holding me back is gear. I have the champions that I need to be able to probably, at this point, I should be able to 3-key Nightmare at worst, maybe even 2-key. But I have the worst gear in the entire world because I didn't spend any time in dungeons. I just been spending it all on training and getting champs leveled up. So this is going to have to hold off. And then, of course, we got the arena one, get 3 Great Hall bonus to level 5. That's neither here nor there. We did make some more progress on the missions here. As you can see, we are up to the one now where we got to win 100 gold or medals in Classic Arena. So coming along pretty nicely. Obviously, being in Gold 5 makes this super easy. We'll auto-complete a couple of these. Here, I got to do some Ice Golem farming, so maybe we'll get super lucky here. I got to win 15 5- or 6-star artifacts. Fingers crossed we get 4 pieces of retaliation gear in there. Never thought I'd say that. Good Lord. But that would complete this, and then, of course, we got some 5-star speed gear here we can pick up, and these will complete. This one is open pretty much any time, and then we're going to get stuck here, it looks like, for a couple days on the magic one. Depending on how this training goes, I mean, this won't be open till like Wednesday or so, so it'll be after CVC, so we should have some resources at that point probably to put into this, and then it's kind of clear sailing until we get to this defeat 100 champions in Classic Arena one. So we're making really, really good progress, I think, there. As for everything else, I mean, like I said, we're going to go ahead and level that up. Oh, we did grab ourselves, well, you can see we got a stone here. You know what? Let's go ahead and pull this Mortal Soul Stone. Let's see what we got. I don't even remember where we got this. I think I got it off of something. Who knows? But let's go ahead and pop this real quick. Hopefully something good. We're getting awful close to the gold coins there. So, you know what? If it's not something we want to keep, maybe we recycle it, right? All right. It is a rare, and it is... Wow. Okay, then. I mean... I had her on the back burner, but 5-star? That's huge. Oh my goodness. Wish list coming in big. Which reminds me, I need to update the wish list. Holy cow, though. That's big. I mean, I don't even have that good on the main account right now. Well, we're definitely putting that one on War Maiden. Holy cow, man. That is huge. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go ahead and level. Oh man. That is big. That is big damage right there, too. When we'll go look at that. Actually, let's go look at that right now. So, I mean, obviously, she is a damage-dealing champion, which means we are probably going to put Phantom Touch on her. I can't see a need for pretty much anything else here. I mean, an argument could be made for a couple of these, probably, but Phantom Touch, I mean, I feel like is the right play here. Yeah, I mean, she's an attack-based champion. The bonus damage is based on attack. I think it's right. And look at all these bonus stats. First off, we got a 75% chance of inflicting that bonus damage at 5-star Ascension. We got 300 bonus attack, 1,000 HP, and 15 crit damage. Like, these are huge, massive stats. I think we're doing it. We're putting it on there. Boom. That's right. I mean... Wow, maybe. I mean, that's big. That's big. I mean, as you can see, I took a lot of her gear off of her. I haven't really been using her a lot of places, but man, maybe we got to change our tune on that a little bit because that could really help out in some areas. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you 6-star her now with Deacon out there as your decreased defense? I mean, obviously she's going to be great for long-term secret rooms, faction wars, etc. But do I worry about her right now, or do I just keep her on the back burner for right now? Let me know. Before I forget, though, let's go back here and let's go over here and update the wish list, right? So I think we got to take her off the wish list now. Wow, we got some big stuff. We got some big things we got to worry about here now. So who do we want to put on the wish list, right? I feel like Reliquary Tender, I don't know that a blessing does her a lot of good. We know a blessing would do Renegade good, so we'll put Renegade on there. Do we take off Frozen Banshee? I don't know that we do. Well, actually, I don't know. That's a rough one. As for epics, we're definitely taking Steel Skull off of there. We're putting Demitha on. As for, I think we leave Deacon and Jureg on there for now. I mean, obviously, Royal Guard would be good to get a blessing on. Genbo down the road, but I mean, these guys are being used in all my stuff right now, so I think it's going to have to be them that we put on there, right? So, big blessing pool there. So, maybe we can keep that luck going, because you know what I got yesterday? Oh, that's right. I got ourselves one Juicy Void Shard. I've been doing a good job. Look, 2 Sacreds. I didn't spend any. 54 Ancients. We got 1 Void Shard in here. Man, can we just pull an S tier Lego? Listen, how about we just pull like a Man-Eater or another Demitha and just make it so much easier? Because the double Demitha comp is so much easier to build than almost any other unkillable Demitha comp out there this early in the game. All the other ones, I need way too much speed and I can't build them, right? But the double Demitha doesn't take that, or the Demitha and Man-Eater. I mean, I would probably prefer a Man-Eater, if I'm being honest, because then I can eventually move into like an easy double Man-Eater and down the road a Bat Eater, right? But like the easy double Man-Eater, the speeds are so low, it's so easy to build. Like, I really like it as a comp. I ran it forever on the main account. But anyway, let's not stall anymore. Let's pull this Void Shard. Make sure it's not something we need to build instead of Demitha. Okay, it is a rare. Okay, we've got Painsmith coming in hot. What does this guy even do? Attacks 1 enemy. Okay, exciting. Attacks 1 enemy. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. Okay. Block debuffs on this chamber for 2 turns if the attack kills an enemy, if he's ascended. Okay. Attacks 1 enemy. Damage increased by 15%. It's hurt and has no active buffs. And then we've got an ally attack in dungeons by 21%. Could be a little interesting with this block revive. I don't know. I mean, can you get enough damage on him, though, to get that done? I don't know. Have you guys ever built this guy? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe he goes on the back burner for someone later. I don't know. But let's do this. We have got the stuff to go ahead and 6-star Demitha. Let's get her done in this video here, obviously. Let's bring these guys out. Move them over. Man, let's do that. Let's get her leveled up. Put ourselves a little more distance between us and those other guys in the champ training. Here we go. Demitha going up 6-star. Big stuff. Let's go. Boom. 300 points right away. Do we have the potions to ascend her? Oh my goodness, we don't have the potions to ascend her. Oh God, no. Well, we got that arcane mission that's coming up anyway, so we'll just wait on that. No big deal. Maybe if we can get enough stuff done today, we can still get it done, because we do get, in champ training tournaments, you do get credit for ascending champions. That's why if you look, I went back here and you'll see like my Fellhound and my Renegade and like this Diabolist and this guy and this guy. They're all ascended. They're champions that I know that I want to keep. And when you do champ training, unlike a champ training tournament, unlike a champ training event, does give you points for anytime you ascend a champion. So when you level up, when you rank up, and when you ascend. Now, it's not a ton, right? I mean, 6-star, we're talking 15 points. But hey, every little point counts, right? You just never know. And then obviously using skill tomes would help as well. But we're not booking her. We're not booking her, okay? That's CVC action. And we got CVC coming up in like, What's today? We got CBC coming up in like 2 days. It'll be the second one for the clan. It is a non-personal reward one. So I'm hoping that we can do well. I've got a bunch of books that we can use for epic champions, and we also have some bookage. We got 9 epic books and 9 rare books, so we can put some books into Reliquary Tender to book out her A2 and her A3, hopefully, and hopefully not end up in this A1 where we don't really want it to go. And I mean, maybe at this point now we go back and we do worry about booking War Maiden. Like, I wasn't worried about it at first. You can see, obviously, I did a great job of booking her A3, right? 0 books. We got 4 books in the A1. We got 4 books in the A2, right? I mean, you could always farm copies of her, but I feel like that's just kind of wasted energy at that point. I feel like I got to conserve the energy. So I probably end up putting the books first into Reliquary Tender anyway, and then we'll kind of go from there. Because, I mean, I could use these books on, like, the Renegade. I could use them on Fellhound down the road. So who knows? The big problem I got is, man, we're going to have to run a ton of energy now into campaign because we got to level the Mytha up ASAP. And we don't have that many brewskis. So we'll put the brewskis in her we can for right now. Take her up to level 34. Give us some extra tournament points there. But the rest of that's going to have to run in campaign. I'm not using these other brews or nothing like that. That's just bad mojo. So we're not doing that. So we'll run her in campaign over the next day or two. Hopefully, we'll make some progress with that. And then, let's see, what else do we got going on today? Well, you know what? We'll probably be able to take her in the Doom Tower soon, too. And maybe we'll get past the Griffin. Maybe. Who knows? Clan Boss, we're chugging along. I did get my first 1 key hard today. So we got 12.86. Hard takes 11.648, which is awesome. That means I get max chest on hard, and I will get max chest on brutal. Well, 3-key brutal, of course, as normal. First key was pretty bad. Where'd it go here? 9.86. Nothing to write home about. But once we get Demytha geared and stick her in place of Steel Skull, I think that's going to be a big, big difference there for us, obviously. So that'll hopefully help. But yeah, as you can see, we are chugging right along. We got that leveled up. We got our shard pulled. Let's go over here and see if we can get an arena battle or 2 in. Maybe we get super lucky here. Maybe not. Of course, we are still super weak. So, you know, basically we have to outrun someone because we have no reviver. And we're not outrunning any of these teams. Well, I could outrun this team, but yeah, I'd probably get slapped in the face. Even though it's not really built properly. I don't know if he knows that. Vogos should be down here, but anyway, I digress. I can't beat any of these teams. I was kind of hoping I could. Going to save up medals at this point because there's no point in leveling up anything else more in the Great Hall until we get to CVC. So we got 232 medals. We'll obviously get at least 1 level for the Great Hall by CVC, maybe even 2. We are still chugging along on the Great Hall. We're working on doing this crit damage, this accuracy, and then this accuracy. We're going to get all those to level 5. And then I got to figure out which one we're going to take to level 10 because that's the next step. In the Arbiter missions, there is a thing that says you got to get a Great Hall to level 10. So we'll have to figure out which one we should do. I've always been a fan of accuracy. I'm not going to lie. It makes everything else so much easier. I know everybody thinks like, oh, with perception gear, you don't need to worry about that, yada, yada, yada. But the truth is that when you've pushed up this far, this quick, accuracy is actually a huge problem because I cannot get good enough forge mats from Faction Wars yet in order to forge 5-star like gear in the forge. Like I have, you know, like I've been doing Faction Wars every day. You can see that. But all the stuff that I would forge here is 3 or 4-star, which doesn't do me any good at this point. So I need to be able to get to the point where I am able to get some of the epic mats here and be able to do 4 or 5-star or 5 or 6-star, obviously. But I just am not far enough in Faction Wars to do that yet. So I think maybe for right now, we still do go after accuracy as our first level 10 one because I think that I need that more than I need anything else. And we know that, the game is magic champion heavy already. So it's just going to make everything a little bit easier. It'll let me put more damage into Kale and not have to worry about accuracy on his poisons like I'm having to worry about now because I need his poisons for Clan Boss. So, you know what? I think you talked me into it, guys. I think we're going with accuracy. Glad we were able to figure that out here. But, guys, that's about all I have for today. Not a ton of stuff going on. We obviously are going to work on leveling up to Mytha. Too bad we didn't get something good out of that shard. I mean, I think we're making really good progress, to be quite honest with you. I mean, we're 31 days in. We're chugging along. We obviously don't have the most progress out of anyone on the free-to-play challenge, but I think we've made really good progress to this point. But guys, I do want to thank you for watching all the way to the end. Of course, if you do like this type of content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and of course, as always, until next time, be good.